Welcome back to another round of the Appsurd Show. Got plenty of fun tweets to go through with everybody today. Sardor, any intro thoughts from you?
Well, no, just that I was going to post a joke today because everybody's posting how their product got a GPT-5 update.
Ah,
And, they're like, oh, it's not working much better than it used to be. Every, basically LLM wrapper is posting, now we're running on GPT-5. Like it's going to change something about their product. And they're saying it did. And I was going to post a meme. I don't know if it's going to be funny, but you tell me that my girlfriend just got updated to GPT-5. Our conversations are much better now, or something like that. Because
yeah, I like it.
a lot of
I
people
like
are
it.
dating their AI now. We're
Yeah.
on a new level with my girlfriend. Like we're on
You,
GPT-5 now.
you got to add something there about like, yeah, she thinks a lot smarter now, and I don't have to tell her, I don't have to remind her how to think or something like that.
Yeah, or like pick which model she has to respond with.
Yeah.
But I'm still dating a model though.
And I mean, if you want, yeah, if you wanted to continue on with it, you could go for the line of, just like any X, there's some things I miss about 4.0.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's certain things I like about GPT-5 better that keeps me there.
Yeah, the fucking mood swings,
Yeah.
switching the models. Anyways, let's get
I,
into
I
it.
did
What do
share
we got today?
my take on GPT-5 earlier in
You
our
did?
internal channel.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you did. You did post something. I'll need to summarize that with Slack AI. It was a long message.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious on your take in general and if you experienced any of those things I detailed out.
Yeah, so actually I just summarized it, just out of curiosity. It says Andrew reported on their experience with GPT-5, noting that it has become smarter in some ways and dumber in others, requiring more careful prompt engineering. They also mentioned changes to the compute data center usage and limitations on deeper usage for pro users. Interesting. I'm not a pro user, by the way. And then Elshan mentioned that they have custom stream and battles widget in 16 hours. Wow. Oh, so there's vibe coding added, by the way. That was the biggest thing for
Yes.
me for GPT-5 out of everything, that they added vibe coding, and they didn't call it vibe coding. They're just calling it like better coding or whatever, like improved UI. But it's
Yeah.
literally vibe coding. And like, dude, every product has vibe coding now. Like Bubble, if you go on Bubble.io, they're no longer even calling it a no-code platform. They're calling it just AI-powered engineering, whatever, and it's just a vibe coding thing. I went on Airtable today. You know what was interesting? You know Airtable?
Airtable.
Airtable is this no-code database, and it was always just a database tool. I go there, it's a fucking vibe coding tool now. You can build the whole dashboard.
Wow. Everybody's
It's
going to the vibe
everything.
coding space.
This has become I think we predicted this one of our pod episodes, is that every interface is going to be a UI. Like the UI is going to be chat now. Like default UI is going to be chat. This already happened for dev tools. Prediction time. This is about to happen for every other app, even B2C apps, where instead of just having a UI with a nav bar at the bottom, you're just going to have a chat as your default screen where you just start there and you just give it a command and it clicks all the buttons for you. Or like you don't even have to click buttons. It's just you just take action by chatting.
Yeah. I think, as you mentioned, like Airtable, some SaaS products are starting to go that route already. It's broken out from the dev tools, and it's going to be interesting because it's all, to me, seems like the concept of pushing towards AGI, right? That artificial general intelligence, where you feel like you're just talking to another human. But it's interesting. I have seen a lot of mixed comments. The reception when you mentioned that vibe coding aspect, it builds games right in there, things like that. From what I've seen, it looks like for dev tooling, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
In my experience, marketing, problem solving, you got to prompt it a little bit more to go through the right thought process. Is at least what I experienced it. I told
Interesting.
it twice to check out a website and tell me what it knows about it, and it goes, I don't know what that company is. It's non-existent. It even confidently said it was non-existent.
It was about which company? About us?
It was about Cybernet. It was about Cybernet.
Or Cybernet. Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
because I've done this search many times before. It's kind of a general
It's
initial
memory
prompt.
got
Yeah, when I go
wacky.
into a new chat, 4.0, you name it, I say, tell me everything you know about cybernet.com. I make sure that the model has access to that, what's on the website, what's on the web anywhere else externally,
Yeah.
before I would go further in the chat. And today did that with GPT-5, and it's like, this is non-existent. After three prompts, I'm like, no, GPT 4.0 could do this. Look up the
Yeah.
website. it actually then looked up to the website and it did a full homepage analysis that provided a lot of good suggestions. So in that
Interesting.
sense, it was smarter. It just went and like analyzed the page and said, here's everything you can do to improve. Once
Yeah.
I forcibly got it to actually view the website.
So yeah, honestly, on everything else, like I don't think like I mean the reasoning it's doing, it was already available in one of the models. They just like the good thing is that they kind of combined it and now it picks the model itself, I guess. Which
Yeah.
actually they copied that from Grok. Grok was the first AI that did that. Elon
Yeah.
was posting about it. That's why he's probably pissed about this, but they copied it pretty quickly. But the expectation, you know what was interesting about GPT-5 is like this was going to be AGI when it comes out,
Yeah.
which is why they were taking longer to announce it, but this is nowhere near that.
Yeah, so far I'm not loving it. I feel like power users got used to switching the models. They knew how the models worked. And now I kind of feel like I'm out in an island here of it just
Yeah.
deciding when it wants to use which model.
Who are
And
you?
then some other feedback has been I don't know which model it's using, right? It may be picking specific ones, but without
Can you
that,
ask it afterwards? Like, huh.
I think you can ask it afterwards. But what this reminds me directly of seems pretty straightforward. When you get any new models like the iPhone or iOS, new versions of iOS, that's what it feels like to me. Now, these new GPT releases are just like the new
Yeah,
iOS releases. Some features we hate, some features we love, but it's all breaking routine and breaking habit is what
100%.
the complaints are derived from.
Yeah. And they just gave me a discount. Like they're listening to this pod, believe it or not. They offered me ChatGPT at $10 a month for a year.
Really, if you did the
Right
year.
on the spot, it just popped up this discount while I'm on ChatGPT. I asked it which model you are. It's like I'm
Interesting.
4.0. By the way, it didn't upgrade for me. It's still 4.0. And now
So
they just gave me a $10 off for 12 months. So
And
I'm
is
actually
that on the
subscribing
desktop app or the browser?
on the desktop. Yeah. I mean, on the,
Yeah.
not desktop. That's on the browser. Sorry. It's on the browser, but
Yeah.
not on mobile. Like on mobile, they wouldn't do it because they'd have to give up. But they know that I subscribed previously on the mobile. So they incentivizing me to subscribe on the browser now. Because I barely access my browser. Now that I got into the browser, very smart. For our clients listening here, you should do this on the web version of your product for a discount as soon as you see the user logged in, especially if they previously subscribed on the phone, because then you don't have to give 30% to Apple. You can just straight up give them a discount, make it
Yeah.
for 3 months, whatever, 50% off for 3 months. And then you retain them at a full cost and they're paying you directly. You don't have to give up 30%, which we
Nice.
remind to everybody as of recently, you're now allowed to take people to the web from mobile and have them subscribe on web. And it's all about like how you pull it off properly because you don't want to scare them off and like have them churn. But if you do it diligently like this, I think you can like save a lot of money. If you're at like 10,000 subscribers, that's a lot of money you can save with 30%.
Reducing friction, but doing it in the proper way.
Oh, and I got access to GPT-5 right away. These motherfuckers, they knew I
That they,
upgraded it and they gave me access. That wasn't part of it. They said it was going to be free. Okay, I guess it is getting smarter. It knew me. It knew I was going to upgrade. And
yeah.
it didn't give me access to GPT-5 before the upgrade, although it didn't say it explicitly.
When Agent dropped, I didn't have access, so I upgraded to Pro, and then I immediately got access. I was like, these guys.
Yeah. Maybe it is AGI.
When they were rolling out, I feel like they have these tactics built in there when they're rolling out new models and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
All right, to roll off of that topic into our first tweet, it's going to be about the new benchmark test for the new GPT drop. So here's a graphic that they shared during their launch, and the comment here is pretty funny. What is this new chart crime? So they say without the thinking model, that's kind of the only model toggle that users can do right now is between GPT-5 and GPT-5 with thinking, deeper thinking, right? So think your O3, your O4 model. So without thinking, its accuracy is 52.8%. And this chart that they put out, O3 was 69.1%. And they put out this chart that shows the 52.8 higher than the 69.1.
Wait, they posted this?
Yeah, they posted this during
Wow. And it works because before you told me, I didn't
you didn't
notice.
even notice it. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
So look at that difference there, and so there's a
Is this officially from GPT? Really? They
Yes, it
posted
was
this?
either from their
Wow.
launch
Wow.
presentation, or they tweeted it out. I can't remember, but I think it was on the
That's
live
crazy.
stream of the launch. And you're gonna, for anybody that doesn't understand what this means here, somebody made a meme that really describes it. So it says universe your X's has some measurements over here, 4.3, 4.2, the variables, and then the
I love
X's
this.
at 7 and 6. So it's
I love it.
it's a good one. It's a good one. But enough of the fun there. I'm going to switch over to another graphic that kind of shows the differential here, of how much you have available to use as a general plus user. So this is before and after the GPT-5 release. You had 103 prompts. You had 2,104 mini, and you had 704 mini high. That was, let's see here, the same 2,900 guaranteed weekly requests. But look at this. Now, the weekly requests for GPT-5 are at 2,700, but the thinking model, the one that goes deeper, they flipped it on its head, and you only have
Yeah.
200 weekly requests for that. So this person kind of made a meme here and put OpenAI profits as this category, because now it's using the lighter model for the bulk of your weekly request.
Oh, so they optimize for their own usage, because
Yep.
we were talking last time how they were struggling with GPUs, right? So I guess they did this because people, and people, to be fair, like a lot of people like myself, even, they were like, it was an overkill. We were using like the expensive model
Yep.
more for like simple tasks as well,
Yep.
So this kind of makes sense. I think it's going to be good for most users. They're not going to notice the difference, and it's going to save a lot of money actually for OpenAI.
Exactly. And that was kind of my thesis on the update, that they were optimizing for internal compute usage. And we said that last week before they released this. And what do you know? It looks exactly like that.
100%. Yep. So that's cool.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the
Smart.
GPT-5 release before we move
I'm
on?
I'm testing Codex. Was Codex there this whole time? Looks like it's a coding tool, but I don't know if that's. I'm really trying to see like their vibe coding tool. How do I test your vibe coding tool? Have you tested that?
Here's the prompt. Sam Altman posted what you should do.
How to get that?
Yeah. And the replies are hilarious. Because everybody else was trying to replicate it. Where is it at? Beatbox. Let's see. Sam A beatbox. So there's a prompt you can do to bring up a beatbox tool.
It's called Beatbox tool.
Yeah, I think it's this right here. Hmm. Let me see. I think I have it pulled up. No, he might have deleted it because the was trolling him. Everybody that tried to replicate it was not able to.
Really?
But it was a simple prompt that pulled up as you said, that vibe goaded element. Here we go.
Yeah. What is it?
When you get access, try a message like use beatbox to make a sick beat to celebrate
Oh, Beatbot. What they
Beatbot.
call it.
That's
To
exactly
make a
it.
sick beat to celebrate GPT-5. Really? So let
Yeah.
me try.
Here's an example of what it would look like.
To make a sick beat to celebrate GPT-5. Huh. Oh, there's players like that, huh?
Yeah.
That's
This
interesting.
is the example of that vibe coding built-in element you mentioned.
But where's like I'm trying to pull up is like that screen where on the left I'll be typing, on the right it'll be building. You know what I mean? But
I
it looks like it's building in a regular way, like it's generating an image.
It seems like they don't have that kind of bifurcation that we see with most
Mm.
vibe coding tools.
Oh, so yeah, there's just chat then. There's just chat, and you
Yeah.
just keep it like in a regular chat. But it's still generating. It's actually generating. Thought
It's
for
generating
16
it.
seconds, composing track. Yeah.
Yeah, some people were running into this.
Oh yeah, it did generate what you're showing me.
Yeah,
I got the
look at
same
this
result.
this response right here. This is funny. They hit it with the literal pronunciation.
Uh, that's funny. No, I got an interactive element. Oh, this is pretty sick actually. Oh, and I
Yeah,
can like change it
I'll let
on
you
the
take
spot.
over.
It's actually good.
Let's have you share screen.
Yeah, let me show my screen. This is interesting. This is actually, I think I might even like this UI better, honestly, than the side-by-side thing. Let me show you. Here it is. And so it's interactive too. I can like remove stuff, like different drums, I guess. And like, yeah, this thing is what I got. And I can play, and it's playing the sound. You probably can't hear, but it's a pretty nice sound. Yeah,
It's a good beat.
I like it. Now, if I do like, can you build a game? I guess our whole episode today is just a review of GPT-5, but can you know what what I'm going to try to build? Well, I built recently for one of our clients on Dreamflow, this thing called, it's basically like a questionnaire.
Yeah.
I built an app that helps me share my preferences for intimacy, and a questionnaire that I go through, and I can share it with other users. Let's see. I got a very good result. We're going to do a live test. I got a very good result from Dreamflow on this, which Dreamflow, I believe, runs on Claude Code, which for those who don't know, almost all vibe coding tools, they, oh, fuck, it's making it. Okay.
Yeah.
Plan.
It's not full vibe coding to the extent that I think
Oh, really?
you're expecting out of it. No, it's like
I swear
particular.
I saw that same interface I saw on like Lovable, for example. Like they were trying to like really do that.
I haven't
Like,
seen it.
don't you have a vibe coding capability like Lovable? Let me see what it's going to say. No, not in the same drag and drop, generate the whole app in minutes way Lovable does. I can't directly spit out hosted runnable app.
It's not. No, it can build like little games and the beatbot widgets type of thing.
But
Elements.
Claude can, Claude can. Claude has
Yeah.
their own vibe coding thing. Not only is it powering other vibe coding tools, actually, matter of fact, I think like the fact that all these vibe coding tools, they kind of are the same is because Claude actually pioneered the UI as well for them. And they started this whole Claude wrapper era, you know?
Yeah, I saw somebody, I believe it was related to Vercel and
Mm-hmm.
Shad CN. I've seen that SHADCN. Shad CN is kind of like the prompt vibe coding UI library for Vercel at least. And
Mm-hmm.
a guy posted, he said, I'm sorry for a couple years ago when I made the default Indigo. So a lot of the vibe coding elements that you see, vibe coded UI UX mockups are indigo, that kind of purple pink. And it's funny because I've seen that happen all the time. So it's somewhat of a default, and Shad CN right now has been making a bunch of news as trying to make a standard class of AI UI elements so that these vibe coding tools are more uniform, I guess. I haven't looked too much into it.
Wow.
It's weird.
Chats, yeah, no, I gotta check it. There's so many of them too. A guy recently came to us. He built something on Base 44, and I was like, "That sounds familiar." And then I realized Base 44 is this new vibe coding tool that this guy started in January, and he sold it to Wix for $60 million last month. Remember that? That is wild. Made me question every single choice I made since January. This guy made a $60 million company, and CJ goes like, "What the fuck are we doing, man? Like, we got to start Base 45."
Yeah, speaking of that, career advice. Let's jump into some career
Yeah.
advice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is a really good graphic from Greg Eisenberg here. I'll pull it up a little bit.
I love this guy. Yeah.
Bigger. So this is his career advice in one image. Start with a core insight, ship a tiny tool, post daily, grow your audience through collabs or inbound demand, charge for a simple product, bring in that revenue, capital to buy more time, aka hire people, outsource certain parts, acquire micro assets, whether that's a newsletter or something similar. When you buy more time, you have more time to build,
Mm.
bringing more data, reviews, trust, and word of mouth. And then once you have that, next two steps, grow the audience further, and you can offer premium pricing once you have that social proof, so to say.
Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty overly simplified, of course, but I love Greg for how actually, like, I mean, it may look, for those who don't know Greg, like overly simplified and be like, yeah, sure, of course. I just have to follow this graph. Like, and all these
Yeah.
trolls probably in the comments, but this guy actually goes very deep on his podcast, Startup Ideas. Like, he actually shares screen and shows exactly how he does things. And like, he posted recently that he paid off his whole mortgage too, because he just could off of the internet,
Yeah.
which is super
I'm surprised.
inspiring, you know.
I'm surprised by that though. Kind of a side note. everybody says paying off your mortgage is the worst financial decision you can make
Yeah.
because it's what 2 to 6%,
Yeah. hundred
right?
percent.
Yeah, but
And he commented on that. He's like, I'm just doing this for the peace of mind. I know I'm dumb, but like I could just put this on S&P 500 and all
yeah,
that. We know it, you know.
yeah,
But a great dude. He actually his podcast is super useful. I think we got to get closer to that kind of model of his podcast where we go tactical. I think on the next episode we could vibe code something, you know, live. I think that'd be
yeah.
super sick.
That'd be cool. And maybe this is an idea for that. No one's building mobile apps for boomers, but they spend big money on fishing gear, bird
Uh,
feeders, and parrot readings. It's, uh, and this app shows, yeah, how much this Fishbrain app is doing. A little over
what
2 million.
the hell? What, a month?
That's what it appears. Or maybe that's a year. I'm guessing
That's
these are
probably
more.
total revenue they collected, but still, man, that's impressive.
Yeah,
You're right. There's so many niches that you don't think about. Like there could even be like a more niche, like I don't know, specific type of fish or like
yeah.
for a group of certain type of people. But 100%, things like that you can totally vibe code. By the way,
Riches in the niches. Absolutely.
exactly, exactly.
All right. And this all rolls into the same theme here. Gonna hop over to another one. We're releasing an open source
Oh,
lovable clone next week. I wanted to put this on your radar because you said you've been interested in potentially offering our own vibe coding tool.
yes.
So this may be our
Oh, paste a new website URL, and AI agents will instantly create a working clone you can build on top of. Wait, this is a great product. I don't think this is a lovable clone necessarily, but dude, this has been one of my top ideas. Like, yes, how many times do we get people who just come and say, "Build me a clone of,"
yeah.
but with my own spin? This
Yep.
is great. Like, if you can post a URL, I don't know how it's going to actually get into the inside the account and like try to replicate all of its functionality. I think it's going to. Matter of fact, we just got a lead that's asking another clone of T app. Telling you, literally right now, we got a lead that says, "I want the clone of T app." This is the third one this week. So this tool is actually great, but I don't think this is accurate in describing like lovable open source clone because lovable open source clone is just Claude itself. I mean, it's not open source, but Claude is accessible to everybody, right? So anybody can build. There,
Yeah.
I mean, this guy built a clone of Lovable in 75 minutes, right?
You're saying this guy
So
right here?
no, no, not him, somebody
Oh,
else.
yeah,
But this
gotcha.
guy, what he built is actually brilliant because you can copy other websites if that's what I'm thinking it is.
Yep. That's what it looks like. Firecrawl Dev is the name of
I love it. I'm gonna have to
turn
try it.
websites into LLM ready data. That's what their main product
And I'm
was.
rebuilding HubSpot tonight, and we're gonna stop using HubSpot. And then next thing I'm gonna do is like gonna be Slack. So we're gonna stop using all of our subscriptions and just use our own.
That just made me think that a kind of a moat is building up a your API, right? Because
Yeah,
if we wanted to replicate HubSpot, we probably could uh, without too much effort. But the hardest thing is all the integrations, right? Our HubSpot
exactly,
connects to Slack, our HubSpot
exactly.
connects to XYZ. So they kind of have a moat for anyone replicating that based on all their APIs and integrations.
I always say you should open up your APIs, or it's gonna end well for you. I know Dharmesh is a listener, so Dharmesh, you should open up the APIs of HubSpot.
We need it. We need more APIs. All right. That, I believe, is everything. I guess one more for you. I know we got a call to hop to here shortly, but this app is wild. Zing AI is making 250K a month, promising a fitness journey 100% unique to your body. Use a 31-step onboarding to build trust and prove their value. So they ask you very custom questions and get you
Mm.
hooked so that you feel like this is really going to be unique to yourself and then get you to pay for it.
I'm skeptical off the bat. I hope these guys actually do it because every app promises this, but they don't do it. I had one app developer confess to me that they just do it because it increases conversion, but in reality, you get the same thing. Or maybe like it's segmented into three types of users.
Yeah.
I'd be curious how many types of segmentations they have for users. But I'm
Yeah.
just downloading it right now. I'm going to test it out. I mean, if it's accurate, but you know how it is, like, with Kali, for example, is just not accurate at all.
Yeah.
So there's probably discrepancies, but I mean, I like the direction it's going into, and I like how they're using AI marketing, that this is individual to you with AI, like,
Yeah.
so smart move, 250K a month. I'd be curious what their burn is, if they're actually making profit
Yeah.
off of this. They must have like a huge acquisition cost, honestly, on ads, with meta ads going up. So one thing I always got to say is, like, with these things, 50K a month sounds awesome until you see their ad spend. Their CAC is probably pretty high. I mean, they're relying on, like, churn being low, which hopefully it's not. And one of the things, actually, my last comment on churn, actually, I was listening to Jason Calacanis' podcast, This Week in Startups, recently. And he actually mentioned what we talked about it recently, on Lovable. Lovable is making what, $8.5 million a month, $100 million ARR. But almost every user there is just a tinkerer that's just playing around with it for a couple hours and stopping their subscriptions after. So I feel like it might be the same case with a lot of these consumer apps that are crushing it, quote unquote. But, not to be a Debbie Downer, but just, for those who are like fucking envious, like, just keep that in mind. You got to work on your retention. Retention is as important as customer acquisition.
Agree there fully. My only last comment on this is reiterating this website, screensdesign.com. You can search by topic, category, keyword, shows monthly revenue, monthly installs,
Really?
and paywall type and onboarding steps.
I love these kind of websites.
Yeah, we shared this with our design team prior, but I think we really need to share this with
We
our
should reshare. Yeah.
product managers and project managers as well.
You should start calling them product managers now. Actually, there's a news I didn't tell you guys. We're going to start everybody going to retrain. Every project manager is now going to be retrained to be a product manager.
Excited for it, because some of these key things that you see in these, why are apps performing successfully? A lot of the time it's
Good
because
product managers.
how they're built, right? What exact flows do they have set up to reduce friction, but also make sure it's customized for the user? So this is a really good way to look at competitors, comparisons, and things of that sort.
100%. I love it.
Beautiful. Well, I think that wraps up a nice speed run episode of the pod today.
Yep. Let's do it again next week.
Close scene.